Within hours upon arriving back from my trip in South Africa, I did this recording. I was a little disoriented as to which country am I in now? Are we still in South Africa? Am I in America? They're 10 hours ahead of us in South Africa. I'm based in California here in the US. So between that, when you leave, and then having a layover in the Middle East, and then arriving in California just before midnight, which means it's almost the next day already, it got a little discombobulating for me. And I was touching base, telling you what I did as soon as I arrived, where I went, who picked me up, if anybody, what that was like. We talked about eBay sales or none during vacation, communication with customers, because you're never off the clock when you're self-employed and are the only employee of the business. I talked about my plans for the Christmas period and jet lag. We touch upon my weight issues, not necessarily, but like we touch upon, the diet side of things. And there's a story about a married man and other things. So do enjoy it. And please join us on Facebook at Babbling Brook Podcast. We have a group there. And follow us on Instagram at Babbling Brook Podcast there as well. And if you want to follow me directly, personally, it's at Babala Brook. We have a blog and a YouTube also under Babala Brook. And lastly, there's something else I wanted to add. Yeah, we have a Patreon if you want to support the movement. But there was something else I wanted to add. And please give us a rating, guys. We have a couple here and there of the podcast. I would really appreciate some feedback on the platform wherever you do listen to our show. It is very encouraging and will get a girl out of bed in the morning. So thank you and have a fabulous weekend. Toodles! Do, 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 do. Back in Cali. The whole point of doing this is because I think that it's due for an update, and also I think it's because I am stalling when I should be doing other things, such as unpacking. I arrived. The time is a little bit confusing due to 10-hour time difference between where I was and where I am. It's 19:31, which is 7:30 p.m. of Saturday, December 16, 2023. I am in the desert, on my bed, in my house. Hi, everyone. My name is Babala Brook. I was in South Africa for 3 weeks visiting family. I returned. The flight was on the 13th of December. I left a little bit late. Not much, but maybe by an hour, which is actually the same. Well, that caused me to miss my connection because I had an hour and a half in between flights where I was connecting in Istanbul, Turkey. So I ended up staying there. We won't get into those details. Staying at the airport, for like 5 hours. It was okay. The time did actually fly. I will say time flies every once in a while, just to say it. But for the most part, I don't think time flies. I think time is time, and it's whatever. They say, do you feel young for your age? No, I feel my age. Do you feel like this 3 weeks that you spent here in South Africa flew by? No, it didn't. It felt like 3 weeks. What are you talking about? I literally was there every single day. So maybe, what? Maybe that is telling about my state of mind and my enjoyment of my life. I don't know. I think my life's okay. It's decent. I have my ups and I have my downs, and I also think everybody does. Am I in denial? Who knows? Now, I arrived in the US, of course, 5-6 hours later than initially planned because I took a 5-6 hour later flight, connecting flight. And also, it took a while just to settle in when we were landing. It felt like it was long. Luckily, my person who was picking me up, thank you, by the way, for driving more than 3 hours to come and pick me up and then driving 3 hours back. What a great gesture. Oh my gosh. How do you thank somebody who does that for you? I'm not good at people doing things for me. And you know what? People actually do. Like, I'm very lucky and very highly favored, as they say, or blessed. People really help me out a lot. And I think that is probably why I'm able to lead the solo life that I have led throughout my life and have consistently led here in the US, especially in the last more than a handful of years, I do believe. I think that's because people are just so kind to me and they just, will help me out. Sometimes strangers, sometimes people that I am acquainted to. People are really good to me, and I cannot say that enough. I'm really ever so thankful. So this guy took me to the airport right when I was leaving. That was a 6-hour round trip for him. Didn't charge me a dime. Blake. And we made it there on time and whatever. Stayed in touch when I was overseas. I'll send iMessages. That's a travel hack if you are on iPhone. If you don't have like WhatsApp, because everybody doesn't. If you don't have WhatsApp and you're on iPhone, and the other person has iMessage as well, because not everybody who has iPhones uses iMessage for whatever. Believe it or not. If both of you are on iMessage, then you can iMessage them. I guess you could FaceTime and do all the other Face things as well that are cloud related, where you use data or internet instead of using regular cell phone coverage. Because if you're overseas and they don't have like Verizon over there, of course, that's not going to work. And if you're not roaming, I never roam. For what? When in Rome, you do as Romans do. So I have, I brought like things for everyone. So we'll tackle that as soon as I unpack. There's a lot to unpack. Then we were chatting on the way. This guy was the guy who picked me up. The person who picked me up was the guy. He is married, and I'm not here to talk about his life, his romance, love life, whatever. But his wife doesn't live here, and we live at least 3 hours from civilization. I say that because those are the civilization places that I consider civilization. But there are towns that are like an hour and a half from here, like Victorville, Lancaster. All right, like that's not. Those are booming, quote unquote, towns. They're not booming. I take that back. Those are just towns that are not as ghosty as where I am. But sorry, no offense if you live in those areas. Good for you. So that's where his wife lives. So he's here, but I know he's allegedly married. Okay, sure. And also I thought he was married before, but I didn't know that he was married before ×2. So it turns out he's on his third wife, but like, quote unquote, on his third wife, because he's here. Oh, there's so many jokes there that I'm trying not to say. Hence the silence. Now we drove back and he bought lunch. He treated to lunch on my way to the airport as well. He's just like, he like does really nice things that are like considerate, thankful, whatever. Oh, my point about him being married is that he will say things like, he's very interested in me, and if ever I want to take it to the next level, he is ready. It's just like, what? Like, what do you mean? You're married. And forget like how I feel about him. But as a married person, you should not be saying that. And then he'll say things like, I'm not going to leave my wife, by the way, just like ever. I'm never going to leave my life. Okay, my wife, well, he will live your life. We all are. Spoiler alert, we're all going to die. So I'm just like, you shouldn't be saying that. You're married. And you literally consistently tell me that you'll never leave your wife. Forget my feelings about him and whether I think that even if he were not married, he would be a viable choice for me. He wouldn't even go there. I beg your pardon. No, that felt good. Actually, I slept so great. I don't even know what time I went to bed. I have no idea, actually. What time was it that I went to sleep? I'm still adjusting, like I said, at the top of this. Anyway, so we went and ate at Tommy's Burger, which was such a treat in more ways than one because I like it there and it had been so long since I've been. Then he dropped me off at like 11:30 and he left. Apparently it's such a long day. I can imagine. Literally it's 11:30 p.m. So I had tens of items to ship that were sold over the vacation period. Another thing that I'm super thankful for because, the bills don't pay themselves. I mean, they do because it's auto, whatever, but they don't. Why was my electricity bill so high? Anyway, we'll get to that. I'll get to that at a later stage when I just take care of all these things. So I hit the ground running. I'm always on one, right? And then I went next door. If you're new here, I live in a duplex and the second house is basically the store. So I went there and I started picking up clothes. Pa, 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 pa. There was a mountain on my shoulder. I never packaged so many things. It was freaking exciting. Pack, 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 pack. And everything was in good condition. Everything was fine. And I was able to find everything. Things moved so swimmingly. Is that the word? So smoothly. And I continued to do that, go back, find more things. There was one pair of pants that was hard to find. And it was one of the ones where the shipping date was the 15th. Oh, it's the 16th today? Wait. Oh, the 16th is Saturday. I arrived here on the 15th. Oh, okay. It's been the 16th for a while. Then I eventually found those pens that were sandwiched between. One of the things that I'm looking forward to doing is I'm going to repack everything. It's like a refresher's course because I sell clothing on eBay. My 3 stores currently on eBay. I have 2 on Facebook as well, but my 3 stores on eBay are The Lovely Brook, one word, Tracker Brook, because I used to drive trucks, and My Brook, if you want to check those out. You can hit me up on there and I'll give you a small discount or a relative discount, but if you want, let me know you found me here and I'll take care of you. I want to repack everything because it's been a year and a half and it'll help refresh my mind and it'll also, I have thousands of items listed. That's folded up and put away. So I want to, I can easily find the things, thankfully, for the most part. But at the same time, some of the shelves are leaning one side, from pulling out items and shipping them. So they do need to be redone. And I think that I'm very lucky that they lasted as long as they did. I have done the re-whatevering few times or so over time due to not finding something and then I just drop everything on a rug and then put everything back up because sometimes it's the only way you can find something to pull everything apart. So we'll be doing that. I already started with one department, which I'm proud of. I did that yesterday. So that's good. There are several departments. The rooms are 1, 2, so it's 1 room, 2, 3. There's only 3 rooms with items. They're everywhere though. shelving everywhere. 4, because some are hung, just like in real life. Back to, so I got a FaceTime from my niece, so we updated, and then I put the phone down, and I continued to package, eat, drink. So cold here. I'm adjusting to the weather. Actually, right now I feel okay, which is weird. Maybe because I drank a lot of hot tea, because when I woke up, I was like, brrr. So I did that, lots of drinking. I brought several teas from South Africa that are only South African. And if you care, it's teaspoon tips, because we grew up. My mom was drinking that when we were young. We weren't allowed to drink tea, so that's what she drank. I'm surprised. I think it was my first time tasting it actually yesterday. Wait, sorry, it was today. I just woke up from a long nap or sleep, so it kind of throws me off a little bit, because it's morning in South Africa, like 5 a.m., and it's not here. I did all the packaging. I didn't eat that much, because I'm already, like I said, hit the ground running. I'm already on diet. I told myself when I come back, I'm going to, who doesn't? Like, I'm always on diet anyway, but I just ate just whatever was there. I didn't prepare any meals. I was eating whatever they were eating. And because I was a guest and I used to love junk food, I think they try to accommodate me by prepping things that first are going to be fun for a guest who's on vacation to enjoy, and also they bore in mind. What's the presence of bear? Bear in mind. Bore in mind. Beard? No, bore in mind. That I like certain things, so they made sure that those things are available. Things like chocolate brownies. Yummo. Oh my gosh. One of the best, most delicious. I can hear the clock ticking from here. Actually, I don't know why that felt morbid, me saying that. I can hear the clock ticking. Right? Wow, that line's crazy. Anyway, I should take a bath one of these days. Tonight would have been not a bad idea. I'm saying that because I'm looking at my black soap that I bought before I left. I bought shea butter soap and black soap. So some people, maybe one, was like, oh, if you haven't shipped this yet, cancel it. He's saying it as I'm literally getting ready to ship it. And I also saw that was canceled. I thought, such a pity, because he probably would have received it 3 days later maximum. And he's already waited this long. And someone else who I had messaged in the beginning of the vacation due to some kind of situation, and they never replied. And then they filed item not received. And then they never reached out to me. They never replied my message, never reached out to me when there was a misunderstanding or anything. Just handled it, I guess you handle it how you handle things. And I thought, oof. And now I'm getting ready to ship the item, and eBay is like, oh, if you don't act upon them, I think I'm acting. And then I thought, oh, you know what, it's fine. And so that had to be, I'd already purchased shipping label, so I had to file for a refund for that. So I have to wait 30 days for them to see that it wasn't delivered, and then they will refund me. So that's fine. So that was that. It was nice to be back. I'm very thankful that my house was intact. It's as if I haven't even left. The lights were on, and I didn't leave anything funny. I'm just thankful. I have angels everywhere. I have to have, because how are these things happening? I was hoping to be able to drive to Vegas today in the morning so I can go to Erica Jane of Real House of Beverly Hills' show. I think today's the last one. So I'd hoped to do that. I even made so many plans around it. I'm going to be able to park in Vegas for free. I got myself complimentary nights. I really did so many things to gear up for this trip. I wasn't going to get a comp night for tonight, being Saturday, but tomorrow for sure. So I was like, okay, I could go and stay at this place on this night, or Airbnb, or this, that, and the other. I am going away for Christmas, which is Christmas in 10 days? It's further than I thought. I thought it's like next week. Okay, well, that's good. Hopefully I can work on my GoFundMe stuff that I was doing which is to deliver the things that I was going to deliver by Christmas with the funds that were donated. So that didn't work out because I fell asleep while I was looking up accommodation for tonight, as well as purchasing the actual ticket for the show. Fell asleep. I don't even know what time it was then. I'd like to be able to look that up and figure it out, because I really have no idea. I know that at 9 a.m. I had lunch, so that was interesting. I don't remember. I think I remember being awake around 10, because I was thinking, what time do they pick up packages on Saturday? So I put out the items that were the last ones to be packaged the night before, that the mail truck didn't get, because I was still packaging them. And I didn't want to run up the street to say, hey, there's 2 more, after giving them 3 full crates of shit. Then, so I put those out just in case. And then I had sold items overnight, thank you to my buyers in the universe. But I didn't get around. I was like, okay, I'm going to take a nap, and then I'm going to get up and package those items. But that's the last time I think I looked at the clock. It was probably between 10 and 11. Definitely it didn't get to noon. Then I went to sleep. So it wasn't a nap then. It was a full night's sleep, because if I woke up around 4:30, what fucking time did I wake up? If I woke up around 4:35 p.m. and I slept before noon, that's a whole night's sleep. That's not a nap. Good luck to me going to sleep. I'd like to sleep tonight, because what am I going to do in the dark? I would like to sleep tonight so that I can adjust right away tomorrow. I don't try to be jet lag or whatever. I just try to sleep at the sleeping time and wake up in the morning time and do the things during the day. Just do what you're supposed to do and not sleep. That's what I try to do. Luckily, I don't get sick when I come to America, even though it's winter here and it was summer in South Africa. But twice in a row, I've gotten sick when landing in South Africa. So that's another super interesting thing. I haven't unpacked yet, but I have eaten probably all of my gifts that I got for Christmas that I thought I was going to take with me to my Christmas trip that's coming up. But that's fine too, because I'm like, what am I going to cook on the day that I arrive? Really? After 30 hours of traveling, I think it can be forgiven. Lots of chocolate. I did weigh myself. So I've been back for, today's Saturday, so I came back on, did I come back on Friday? No, I didn't come back on Friday. This is so freaking confusing, dude. Honestly, I don't even know what the hell is going on. What day is it today? Today's Saturday, and I arrived on Thursday. Did I arrive on what? I arrived on Thursday. That is so crazy. That is so crazy. So today is Saturday, and I arrived on I arrived on Thursday / 30 minutes before midnight, which made it Friday. And I was up all of that time, from the time I arrived until nighttime. So it felt like one long day made out of 3 days, including the traveling. So that was confusing. I guess we lost Thursday. We lost Friday, because I was up all day on Friday, and then I went to sleep, woke up on Saturday, at 4 a.m., 3 a.m. actually on Saturday, which is still today. It's so confusing. It's very ironic that I keep getting confused about how long days are and long weeks are and whatever. But at the top of this, I said time doesn't fly. It doesn't do anything. It is just time, and it's exactly the same amount. It's kind of ironic. I guess I've been back for 2 days. If today is Saturday and I came back on Thursday, but I came back basically on Friday. Anyway, so I have weighed myself, and since I came back, which is just 36 hours, I guess, it has been, I'm down by 6 pounds, 3 kilograms. I think that's just like water weight from traveling and probably retaining water, swelling or whatever. I'm just going to continue to drink as much fluids as I can get into my system. Today I did 1 gallon. It's less than what I normally would drink, but it's a good amount. 1 gallon is good. I did a little more than 1 gallon, so that's good. Just trying to, adjust. I did stick to my calorie intake today of 1,200. I haven't done that in forever. Even before my travels, I would just not get around to doing it, really. So the fact that I did it on the first day of arrival without any, groceries, well, I do have groceries, actually. My fridges are full. But, without, any real meal prepping and stuff, I'm proud of that. That's basically the rundown. Now I'm going to, before real bedtime, because I want to go to sleep at bedtime. It is cold, so it's nice to be under the blankets with the heater on. I'm going to go now and see how much tidying up I can do and unpacking. My luggage did arrive before me because it was on the initial flight that I was supposed to have taken. But it was right there, so I found it as soon as I got back. I have gone through my mail already. I had a small stack of mail because I try to receive everything paperlessly. So I don't think that's a word. So just so you know, I know that. I picked up on that. I did go, and the mail that I received was good mail. One of it was tens of thousands of dollars to somebody. It's a check that somebody buying my house, writing. There's not a real check. I'm thinking, fuck you. You're trying to buy my house for less than what I paid for it years after I have it. Whatever happened to equity? Are you fucking kidding me? Do people actually fall for that and be like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and sell this house that I'm living in, that has nothing wrong with it, that I've done some work, not much, but some work on and kept clean for less than what I bought it for to these people because they sent me a fake check. What? Anyway. Yeah, I think that's it now. I'm going to go. I won't do the packaging shipping because tomorrow is Sunday and we're going to do that on Monday. If I happen to have some kind of downtime and I feel like doing something different to what I'm doing, then maybe I'll package and ship. I haven't unpacked everything. Normally I have a charger in every room to avoid what I'm doing now. But that's fine. It's okay. It's good to be home. And just, be free, no anxiety, no trying to accommodate other people, no trying to behave, no normie, and all that stuff. Thank you, Lord, and thank you for listening. At Babala Brook on all socials. You know the stores. I've given you the names. I also have a blog, babalabrook.com, and I have a YouTube channel, which is also Babala Brook. So if you just Google Babala Brook, it will set for life. Hit me up, tell me what you think, or tell me anything. Smoochies, toodles.